Avril Lavigne's 7th studio album is on its way. It's coming out this month, so I thought it would be fun if we ranked all the songs on all her other albums. And today we're gonna be starting with Let Go. So I put together this tier list. I've been watching a lot of videos of people ranking things and I think it's quite fun. So I created my own tier using Avril Lavigne's song lyrics. So at the very top we have It's So Beautiful, It Makes Me Wanna Cry. Those are gonna be like the top songs, the best ones, the masterpieces. It's so beautiful. Then we have That's Why I Smile. These songs are great. Nothing else to say there. Then in the middle I put I Love It When You Hate Me, which I don't know if it's the best terminology for this, but I feel like it's a good in-between of like I really like a song but maybe sometimes I don't. I love it when you hate me. Then we have She's Like So Whatever for songs that are meh. She's like so whatever. And then finally we have I Won't Listen to You for songs that maybe you just skip or like don't really listen to. I made this rank using lyrics from all her different albums because I want to use the same ranking system when we do the other albums and then we can kind of compare. And as you can see here, I've included some of the B-sides. I know all of her B-sides, I think, but I don't know which albums they come from, so I only included the ones that were listed on Wikipedia because then that's super reliable. And so I created this tier with like all her albums in mind, but I think for this one we're probably only gonna be using the top part of it, which makes me think that's kind of boring, but also I'm gonna try to put them chronologically, so also from best to worst. Even if the worst one is in a good category, then we kind of have that as that layer of difficulty into this, or that challenge. So we're gonna have to move things around to see like where things go. So let's start with Losing Grip. This was the 4th single, but it's the first song on the album, and it has like a more grungy sound than the rest of the album. The rest of the album is a little bit more pop than this song, but I think this song is kind of a no-brainer for me that it would go up here because I think it's a great song. I love the heaviness of it. I love the vocal. This was actually nominated for a Grammy for Best Female Rock Vocal Performance, but she was beat out by Pink. Also, apparently the single's music video certified gold. I think out of the other music videos, this one is kind of the more boring one. So now we go to Skater Boy. I think Skater Boy is a difficult one because when you're a big fan and you hear it so much, you kind of like, it loses its magic. And now when I hear it, like, it's not the type of song that I would go and play myself. Whenever I hear it, I'm really happy because usually it's somebody else playing it and I'm like, oh, someone's playing Avril, that's great. But I don't really go out of my way to play it myself. But I think it needs to go at the top because it's an iconic song, so.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment.
But would we say that it's better than Losing Grip? If I'm keeping this as personal as possible, then I think, yeah, Losing Grip is probably a better song. At least I would say that today. Maybe if you asked me that 10 years ago, I would have a different answer. So then we move on to Complicated, which was the first single, the single that kind of made everything happen for Avril. This one was also nominated for 2 Grammys, but again, was beat out by, I actually don't know who beat her out for this. Jessie Harris, Don't Know Why. And it's not that I don't know why she beat her out, it's that's the name of the song. And the music video for this song is actually pretty iconic, I would say. Complicated spent 16 consecutive weeks on the Billboard Top 40, which is crazy to think about, like for an artist to have their first single be that huge. Yeah, I guess I don't have to explain that further. That's going on the top tier. And I think it's better than Skater Boy for sure. Yeah, I guess I would go as far as ranking it ahead of Losing Grip. Then we have I'm With You, which is also such a good song.
I fucking love that song.
Like, obviously that's going, okay, she put all her singles and top songs at the beginning of the album, so that's also making it quite tough now. And in 2004, this was also nominated for Song of the Year for a Grammy. I'm also a really big fan of the music video. Yeah, I think this has to go probably up here next to Complicated. I would be tempted to put it before, but I do think Complicated was more of a breakthrough, so.
Tell me what's fabulous.
Just everything.
We have to take that into account, I would say. Now we get into the non-single songs. So we have Mobile, which is honestly a banger. I grew up moving around, so for me that was a song that I could really relate to. Maybe other people won't agree with that, but for me it was fun to have this song, and I also like the vocals a lot. Unwanted is another edgier song from the album. I think this is also gonna be categorized on That's Why I Smile. But I do think Mobile would go in front of it, at least for me. Now we go on to Tomorrow, which is such a nice song, honestly, but I barely ever listen to it for some reason. I don't know, maybe I just don't have a strong emotional connection to it, but it's a beautiful song. I think I'm gonna put it after Unwanted, but... And then we go to Anything But Ordinary, which I really love that song.
No, there's nothing else there. I just love.
So I'm even tempted to put it at the very top, but also I think it's just gonna have to go in front of Mobile because it's probably one of the best non-single ones. What the hell, I think we can put it up here as well. It's really good in my opinion. It's one of my favorite songs.
No, I don't think you understand. I'm obsessed.
Actually on this album. Like for me personally, it would probably even go before Skater Boy. And now moving on to Things I'll Never Say, I have to say I absolutely love this song.
Underrated.
This has been already one of my favorite songs since I started listening to Avril. It's gonna have to go up here, even, I don't know if before Losing Grip, but maybe even before Anything But Ordinary. I have to say, I find Things I'll Never Say to be such a beautiful...
Brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular.
Like a raw song. I don't know how to explain that. Have you guys noticed all the sexual innuendos that were in that song? I don't know if those were intentional. I guess they were, but growing up I always thought it was just a coincidence. Okay, so now we have Nobody's Fool, which I think is gonna be the first song to go in the I Love It When You Hate Me tier. I actually really like the song, but it also has lyrics like... which makes it really difficult for me to put it higher, I think. But aside from that, I really like, you know, the chorus in particular. And in general, it's just a fun song to play and sing to, even if you're not into the verses. I don't know if I want to call them a rap. It's still a fun song, and I actually really like it. And I would definitely, like, put it on. It's not a song I would skip or anything, but... yeah, not the best. Too Much to Ask. I love that song, and I think for me, it would probably go ahead of Mobile even. Even though when I was younger I had nothing to relate to that song, I still really like the emotion behind it. Then we go on to Naked, which I had a really bad experience growing up trying to find the lyrics of the song on Google. I don't know, it's a nice song, I like it, but I wouldn't say that I like it more than some of these other ones, so... I think I'm gonna put it here. So now we get to the B-sides, which I'm excited about because I love talking about B-sides because normally you don't have people to talk to about these things. It's gotta be somewhere up there. It's such a good song, and I don't know if you guys know this, but that was the song that got Avril her record deal. So when she was signed, she played that song for L.A. Reid, and that was the song that got her record. So that was the song that blew him away. And I have to say that when I heard it, I was surprised that it wasn't on the album itself because it's such a beautiful song. So
I'd say I'm surprised, but I know who you are.
I think that's gonna have to go all the way up there. Although it feels like a bit of a stretch to compare it to some of these songs. But I would say that I like it probably on the same level as Too Much to Ask. Maybe I would put it here, actually. Then we have Get Over It, which is also one of my favorite B-sides that she has. But yeah, I don't think it's a masterpiece or anything, but it's just really fun. Something interesting is that there's two different versions of this song. One that goes, "Don't turn around, I'm sick and I'm tired of your face." And there's another version that goes, "Don't turn around or you will get punched in the face." And I always had a lot of fun singing that. Yeah, it's obviously not up there, but I probably listen to this more than I listen to Tomorrow, for example, even though Tomorrow is probably a better song, but I'm just ranking them based on like how I approach these songs. And then finally, I Don't Give. This is also a really fun song. I think she did this song for, I don't want to say American Pie, but like a movie like that. And the way she sang it live was a little bit more aggressive than the album itself. And I was obsessed with watching her live DVD. So in that version, she's just swearing the whole time. So the B-side version is a lot more calm, but the live version I just was obsessed with growing up. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to put that up with probably before Get Over It. Yeah, maybe even before Unwanted. If we talk about the live version, if we're just talking about the recording, then maybe this is a good place to put it. And yeah, I think pretty much now this is like if we were gonna go from like first to last. For me personally, I expect a lot of people are gonna disagree with these things, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. Obviously, as expected, there was nothing on the bottom 2 tiers, but I do expect for other albums, I can already think of a few songs that I would probably put lower down. But all in all, Let Go was such a great album, especially for a young artist to put like her first album to be so good is insane. I really hope that you guys enjoyed ranking this with me. I want to hear if you guys agree or disagree with my rank, and if you want to see how I rank the rest of the albums, make sure to subscribe and keep up with that. And we're gonna also be doing the new album when it drops, so that's exciting. Thank you so much for ranking these with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I really can't speak today. And if you disagree, I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm just blabbering. Thanks for checking this out. Bye!